Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of the F122 Nitro Racing League here today from round 4 of the season at Imola. Sprint race and Grand Prix on the way, and let me just tell you, we have a spicy one on the way. Not only from the racing action on the circuit, but as well as I got penalized, actually wrongfully penalized for being right, so I'm excited for you guys to see that one here. But starting things out here in qualifying before we jump into the drama of the episode here, it was an actual intermediate compound tire qualifying session here in the wet conditions. I wasn't expecting very much here, hadn't gotten any practice, just jumped straight in and was hoping for the best basically here with the setup that I had on hand. I was with, I think, the balance setup here, so right in the middle for the presets, as we only run presets here in the Nitro League. But my lap, it was okay, it wasn't great here. This is my first lap, and I originally went P1. I knew it wouldn't stick because the lap was terrible, it was quite bad. So by the time we came through to the end of the lap, actually here in P7 currently, as I come through the final turn down the front straightaway, I had found about half a second. I left a bunch of time on the table, which made me more confident in my pace, because I would come across the line and go P4, but eventually we would go P5 for qualifying, which I was pretty happy with. Like I said, I left some time on the table. One thing that got a little bit interesting, here's what I was told from the league owner the night before the race. In Nitro, so on the formation lap, the pole winner controls the pace, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. The driver on pole controls the pace on the formation lap. I was told this because I actually made some overtakes on the formation lap due to it being really slow last week, and I was warned the pole winner controls the pace. Everybody must follow the pace of the pole winner. Well, look at this. There's a Red Bull here completely not following that rule that I was blatantly described the night before, and I was already getting a little bit aggravated by that because it was not being followed and it was not being penalized either. And I got confirmation after the race that that was too much of a gap. Nothing done about that there. Now as we are ready to go, 5 red lights and lights, so we are underway from the sprint race here, and I'll go to the live commentary for you guys to see the opening moments of this sprint race. I was a bit rough.
Buck drop just had a beautiful start. This is not what that was.
Oh, contact in turn 1 for the leaders.
I'm trying to take it easy. I got myself ran over. I lost a couple of spots out of that, unfortunately. Gale is in the sand. I'll take that position. Thank you. Oh my God, why are we so slow? Why are we so darn slow? Oh, it's MJ causing issues.
Not too bad of a start. We went from P5 up into P3, so I was pretty happy with that here. And then by the time we come through to lap 4 with DRS, we would be able to make a pass on the league owner of Karma there and move up into second place. However, after I completed this pass, I really started losing pace, actually, which was a bit surprising. And I would give up a position to then Kermit in the Alfa Romeo, and he would complete the pass. So I would drop back down to P3, but I really struggled here as the laps went on. We come straight through to lap 8, just summarizing the sprint race, really, and Karma would actually be able to make a pass on me and move up into 3rd place. So I dropped down to 4th. Mahu, the Red Bull that left so much ground actually between himself and the others on the formation lap, actually runs into the back of me here in the penultimate corner. I don't know why or if it even happened on his screen, but he damages my rear wing, and immediately I could feel a bit of an effect of it, and I didn't really have much to fight with him against, so I sacrificed the position there and dropped back down to P5, which is where I qualified. And actually a big moment right here on the penultimate lap of the sprint race. We save it. We were fortunately ahead of Matt Chaffee enough to hold on to P5. It was Andrew Wisdom who would come through to win this sprint race. He's been very strong so far in the early portion of the season. I would cross the line for P5, so we did get points, which I was pretty happy about that there. 4 points to be exact here, as we would also, you know, start from the Grand Prix, the same spot where we qualified, finish the sprint race P5. It's been a P5 kind of weekend so far, but at least it's been a calm weekend up until now. We get underway for the formation lap. The same driver that left a massive gap that I was confirmed the league owner that it was too much of a gap would start to immediately do the same thing on the Grand Prix formation lap, and I obviously being blatantly told you could not do this, am not happy at all to see this. And actually I pull up alongside him saying, hey, let's go, look at the gap he's leaving, it's absolutely unacceptable. I pull alongside, he drives into me. Obviously he's not expecting me to be alongside him on the right side, so he has a defense there, but I mean, absolutely not following the rules. And the league owner, of course, as you could imagine, probably not the most happy about everything that just happened. Let's go once again live here in stream to see exactly what I was told.
Well,
I mean, Karma said you got to follow the pace of the leader, didn't he?
Gary, pass through.
In Nitro, so on the formation lap, the pole winner controls the pace, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I was blatantly told, as we were ready to go green, we have to do a pass-through penalty as we would get underway. We'll talk about it after the start here. Once again, let's go live for the start after a bit of a rough let-go off the grid from myself.
I don't know why I did that.
Oh, they're wrecking.
Oh, they are wrecking. There goes Matt. Crashed. Gonna take it easy on the first lap. I could go get these positions, but I'm not really gonna force it because that would be kind of dirty to do.
I'm just limping around.
You have camera shake on. Possibly. I haven't changed any settings for that. Honestly, I don't even notice it.
Okay, so that was a bad start, but don't overreact. We can salvage this.
Oh, big accident. Ay, you guys are terrible.
Goodness.
Opening lap chaos means I have to come into the pits, and fortunately the drive-through penalty I was ordered to give or do ended up being completely irrelevant because I crashed anyways and had to repair the front wing. So no safety car surprisingly came out. We would get passed by Puck Drop right there, and we would give up the position to him, but then we would eventually get a safety car for an accident that happened up at the front from MJ in the Ferrari, so that would give us an opportunity. I would come in actually for the hard compound tire here, and no repairs needed this time around, thank goodness, but we would get ready to go back racing here behind Caden as well as Jay, and Jay got actually leapfrogged right there by Caden on the restart. Other than that, a very calm restart other than that moment right there, so we kind of settle into P10. An opportunity to pass Jay right here down into the chicane, so we would take over the 9th spot, and actually I overshoot the chicane and nearly take Jay with me. Fortunately, it doesn't go too bad. Now right here behind Caden into the chicane on lap 12. Come on! Oh, come on!
Oh my God!
Why? Where's the brake pedal, people? 4 races in the season, 4 consecutive races where things just have not gone our way. The fact that we are doing as well as we have been with the things that have been stacked against us is quite impressive. I pit twice under the safety car because I was trying to take that set of hard compound tires I was on to the end of this race. So I would come back in to throw them back on again because you can't keep them on. So we would go back racing again. And now we're down in P12. It's been a mess of a race. However, the big issue now was I had significant damage on the rear wing and on the diffuser. So my car was out of control. You can see that right there. I had no control over this car. So instead of racing, Jay gets dumped by the Mercedes as well, but instead of racing, I gained 2 spots there. It's more of survival now. Just bring this car home, hope other drivers have issues, and we get a points finish because the racing etiquette in this race was absolutely abysmal. It's been pretty rough in the beginning part of the season, and it's like that again as I go for a slide there. You can see how much I was struggling with the damage now on this car, and unfortunately as well, this hard compound tire would not make it to the end of this race, so I would have to come in to the pits to put on the soft compound tire. But now I want to talk about, you know, going into the end of this video already in this race, as you see me bringing it home in these closing laps. We were running P9 coming in for the softs, but just the whole opening sequence as I get a speeding penalty too. It was a terrible race, but you know, I was really disappointed in how the officiating and authority in this league is currently running here, when obviously I was ordered the night before, you must follow the pace of the leader on the formation lap. The same driver left a gap that I got confirmation was too much of a gap on the formation lap in the sprint race. He immediately did the same thing in the main Grand Prix as well, and obviously I'm not going to let that happen when I'm blatantly told that that cannot happen and I will be penalized if I don't follow that. And then I see the driver directly in front of me holding up everybody, as well as it slows down the pace so much it's hard to warm up the tires. It creates issues for everybody behind that car, and I thought it was unacceptable after I was told what I was told, so that's why I pulled alongside. I never made a pass, never attempted to make a pass. I pulled alongside to say, hey, let's get going here. I was told directly the opposite of what we were allowed to do last night of what you're doing right now. So I was very frustrated with that. Nothing against Mahu, he's a great driver. He was able to get a pretty solid finish, so I was happy to see him get a good result. But just not even really the issue was with Mahu there at the beginning. It was the issue with the officiating and the authority and what I was told the night before, and then just immediately the next night seeing what happened there. But it was a P9 finish. You can see the standings post-race. Let me know what you guys thought about that whole situation. But in my opinion, you know, like I said, I was penalized for being right, basically, here by the owners. So you can see P5 in the standings, though, which is pretty good. Andrew Wisdom's at the top of the board. I'm really happy with P5, considering how awful the racing etiquette and sportsmanship has been so far, and we've been getting competitive results still out of it with these recovery drives. So we're 31 points back. I'm not really worried about fighting for the championship. So in the next one, we'll see what we can pull off in Miami. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.